Okay, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to me, especially. This is my first stream in almost a month. It's the longest break I've taken in a long time. Life has gotten in the way, but we are back with Commanders franchise Offseason edition. This will be the final off-season stream for this franchise. Of course, we just completed our 4th year of this Commanders rebuild, starting in the 2023 season. First season, we went 9-8, ended up missing the playoffs. The next 2 years, we made the Super Bowl. We lost the first time around, but we won the second time around. And last season, we went 9-8 once again, missing the playoffs. So here we are in the offseason. We're technically in the wild card week. First things first, since it's been so long since, I've streamed, just want to do a little season recap. So Sam Howell last year, we ended up signing him to a large contract because it kind of felt like we were in the Daniel Jones situation with the Giants where, okay, well, you can either not pay your pedestrian quarterback and kick the can down the road at least 1 year, because the Giants made the playoffs. What year was that? Was that 2021 or 2022? They made the playoffs with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was never that good, but your options were to pretty much let the quarterback go or pay him, and they chose to pay him. That's what we chose to do with Sam Howell, to pretty poor results, and then he ended up getting injured and missing most of the year. Geno Smith stepped in temporarily, but then we ended up trading for Will Levis. We sent Darnell Washington, who was our backup tight end, and a 5th-round pick to the Tennessee Titans to pick up Will Levis, who was the Titans' backup quarterback. And he started off playing really well, but then the wheels fell off, and they fell off hard. 11 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. And obviously, you got to take the interception numbers with a grain of salt, as a lot of them are about my inability to read a defense. But yeah, overall our quarterback play was piss poor this year. Our running game, however, Jonathan Tolliver, can't say enough good things about this guy. 1,821 yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground. Chris Rodriguez also had a solid season filling in. Roschon Johnson, only 2.9 yards per carry, but he was kind of our goal line back. 4 touchdowns on the year. Nathan Hall had some carries and a touchdown. Will Levis and Sam Howell with 2 touchdowns each, and we discovered a bit of a cheat code in Ethan Carter. Calling fullback dive with him was basically it's my version of the tush push. It's nearly unstoppable. Off the top of my head, I can think of one time where it failed. Maybe there was a few times, but it had a very high success rate in short yardage situations. So on the ground, we were terrific. Jonathan Tolliver, over 1,800 yards rushing, and he also had 328 yards receiving. So he had 2,200 yards and 15 total touchdowns on the year. All pro worthy. Best running back in the league worthy. As far as our other receivers go, Terry McLaurin, we've completed 4 seasons of this Commanders franchise, and Terry McLaurin has had 1,000 yards in each of the 4. This year he went 85 for 1,066 and 7 touchdowns. Rayshawn Nash, our second-year tight end, 95 catches, 1,046 yards, only 3 touchdowns, but, the dude's been nails. And then our receiving pool, pun intended, with Chase Claypool, kind of falls off after that. We have 2,000-yard receivers, and then the next highest is Chase Claypool at 454. Connor Highsmith, who's our kick returner, at 452. John Harris had 336. Then Tolliver. Mitch Crawford, who has become our de facto backup tight end. He's actually shown a lot of promise, a rookie out of Ole Miss. We have a couple other guys. Matt Burse, he had a touchdown catch. Kadeem Bruce, I don't even remember him that much, if I'm being honest with you guys. Blocking, of course, the blocking stats are always going to be hard to dictate. Madden doesn't know how to calculate sacks. I guess I'll start off with Brett Pittman, our rookie center out of LSU. He definitely struggled at times this year. I'm obviously not looking to cut him. He's a rookie the NFL takes time to adapt to. But Mike Girard, our second-year left tackle out of Vanderbilt, he was our first-round pick, and honestly, I think he's Pro Bowl level worthy. His overall probably doesn't say that. As a matter of fact, what is his overall? He's a 76 overall with a morale decrease. So really, he's a 77 overall. But, man, the dude was nails. definitely our brightest spot on our offensive line, and maybe if you wanted to call it that, he might be the bright spot on our offensive line, because Owen Perkins really struggled, rookie out of Michigan. You know, we had 2 rookies starting, and we also had some injuries. Let's not forget Sam Cosme missed some time. Levi Jenkins struggled too, but he also missed some time, so we saw a play from Chris Paul, Walter Callahan. And yeah, overall, our offensive line play wasn't really that great, but I do want to give a shout out to Mike Gerard. Defensively, 2 guys with 100 tackles on our team. Cameron Curl with 104, Kenneth Murray with 100 on the dot. TFLs, Jonathan Allen, 41 TFLs. The dude's an absolute beast. Putting up video game numbers in a video game. 19 for Leslie Terry, 18 for Montez Sweat, 15 for Chase Young, 14 for Kalike Hudson, and 13 for D'Angelo Michaels. And it's worth noting that Hudson and Michaels only come in for certain packages, so the fact that they have double-digit TFL numbers is insane. Sacks on the year. We only had 1 guy with double-digit sacks. It was Montez Sweat with 11.5. So far in the 4 years with Montez Sweat, he's had 2 really good years, this past year being one of them, and 2 years where he kind of got plagued by injuries. Of course, Montez Sweat is one of those guys. He's with the Bears in real life, but we decided to re-sign him here in this Madden universe. Same thing with Chase Young, who is now is he with the Saints now? He went from the Niners to the Saints, and I think he re-signed with the Saints this offseason. Jonathan Allen no longer with the Commanders. He was basically a cap casualty this year, and he signed with the Minnesota Vikings, but he had 7 sacks. Chase Young had 7 as well. Kalike Hudson, again, part-time player, but 6 sacks, 5 for Daron Payne, and yeah, you got some others. Interceptions. I know I sound like a broken record for those of you who have listened to a lot of my Madden streams, but I do find it really fascinating when there's players who are kind of bums in real life who play really well for my team, and Emmanuel Forbes is one of them. I mean, he had a Defensive Player of the Year caliber season. 8 interceptions. I believe he had at least 1 pick 6. No, he had 2. Or he had 2 defensive touchdowns. I don't know if they were both pick 6s. He definitely had at least 1. But 8 interceptions. The dude was phenomenal this year. Who else do we have? Percy Butler. He's become a very good safety. He doesn't have that high of an overall. He's one of those guys that I gave a contract to based off performance, not just because, you know, he had a high overall, which he really doesn't have that high of an overall. But he's played very well. We talked about Kenneth Murray. Jatavius Martin. This was probably his worst year, and it still wasn't a bad year, but he won Defensive Rookie of the Year in our first year of the franchise. He's made a couple of Pro Bowls. Cliff Greenfield had a really disappointing year. You know what they say about, like, corners when they have a lot of tackles? It's usually because they make tackles when they get burned. I mean, he had 96 tackles. Sorry, there's a gigantic bug flying around. I think it's a moth. But anyways, and he only had 1 interception on the year. Let's see. Kicking, Joey Sly only missed 1 field goal all year. Perfect on extra points. I'll take that every day of the week. Blake Gillikin, you know, the same thing could be said about punters. As for quarterbacks, you know, the number of touchbacks I kick, probably my fault. But, you know, 12 punts inside the 20 to 5 touchbacks, that's not a bad ratio. And, yeah, that's our team. So, I guess without further ado, I guess the first thing I'll do is go ahead and simulate week by week here. I guess I could have taken a look at the playoff bracket, but I don't think it matters that much. Let's see who's left. So, on the NFC side, we saw the Giants, the division rival Giants, take down the Lions 28-20. The Eagles, again, another division rival, take down the Seahawks 26-24, and the Packers take down the Panthers 35-21. Next matchups are the number 1 seed Falcons against the 6 seed Eagles, and the Giants going up against the Packers. On the AFC side, Chargers take down the division rival Raiders 38-21. Texans take down the Bengals 31-17, and the Chiefs demolish the Jets 48-14. Your next matchups are the number 1 seed Steelers, who had the bye, going up against the Chargers, and Texans and Chiefs. Let's advance to the next week. Okay, and it looks like on the AFC side, we're going to see a division rivalry in the AFC Championship. Chiefs take down the Texans by a final score of 21-18, and the Chargers beat the Steelers by a final score of 13-7. So some pretty low-scoring games there on the AFC side. Really low-scoring games all around. Giants, Packers end up winning 17-10, and the Falcons take down the Eagles 28-14. So that means that all of our division rivals are out. So yeah, we love to see that. So your final four are the Chiefs, Chargers, Falcons, and Packers. Let's go ahead and I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. I get distracted easily. We'll go ahead and advance the week. Okay, so our Super Bowl matchup for this year will be the Green Bay Packers going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, about 3, 4, or 5 years ago, this is the matchup that would have made casual NFL fans cream their pants. Aaron Rodgers going up against Patrick Mahomes. No longer the case, of course. Jordan Love is the quarterback for the Packers now. But yeah, Chiefs end up taking down the Chargers, 35-24. And the Packers win 36-35. Talk about a nail-biter there. I'm trying to think of who's won the Super Bowl. So the Cowboys, this is how you know it's a video game. The Cowboys ended up making, or I should say, winning the Super Bowl the first year of this franchise. The second year, we ended up losing in the Super Bowl to the Bengals. Third year, we, of course, won it. So what was that? That was the 2023 season. So in this universe, Mahomes would be going for his third ring right now instead of, ring number 4. But let's take a look at the Pro Bowl rosters. We should have quite a bit. Jonathan Tolliver is running back number 1, which to me means he made first team All-Pro. Ethan Carter makes it as a fullback. I would say that's well-deserved. Terry McLaurin makes it. That's actually kind of surprising. I mean, he had a very good season, but usually Pro Bowl receivers are like in the 1,200-yard echelon now. 1,000 yards has become a little less relevant with the extra game. Rayshawn Nash makes it as the number 2 tight end behind Kyle Pitts, who has developed really well in this universe. And he's not going to make it, but I think Mike Gerard, the left tackle I was talking about earlier, definitely should have made it. I don't think any of our offensive linemen are going to make it. Nope. Montez Sweat could have made it, but I'm not, punching. I'm not, punching the air if he doesn't make it. Jonathan Allen, of course, made it. Emmanuel Forbes makes it as a QB1. That's, again, to me, a first-team All-Pro. Kind of surprised Cameron Curl didn't make it. But again, I don't feel passionately enough to feel like that he, should have made it. Joey Sly makes it. Oh yeah, and by the way, Connor Highsmith should have made it again. So how many guys were the number 1 at their position on our team? We had Jonathan Tolliver, Jonathan Allen, Emmanuel Forbes, Joey Sly, and I would also argue that Connor Highsmith should have been there. So, we have a lot of good players. We just need to play better as a unit. All right, let's go ahead and advance the week. All right, we have some yearly awards to look at. Okay, so Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. Mike Tomlin wins Coach of the Year. Bijan Robinson wins Offensive Player of the Year. This is broken up into AFC and NFC for some reason, but Tolliver came in third, even though he was voted, first team running back. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Jonathan Allen comes in 4th. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Lane Cage. Mitch Crawford comes in 5th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Earl Judge from the Bears. D'Angelo Michaels comes in 7th. Best QB, that's a joke. Bijan Robinson, again, we made first team All-Pro. But Tolliver comes in 2nd place to Bijan Robinson. Best receiver goes to C.D. Lamb. Kind of surprised not to see Terry McLaurin up there. Best offensive lineman, yeah, that's funny. Best defensive lineman goes to Aiden Hutchinson again. Jonathan Allen comes in third. Montez Sweat comes in sixth. Best linebacker goes to Hassan Reddick. Best defensive back goes to Emmanuel Forbes. Talk about a great season. Best kicker goes to Dylan Hoover. Joey Sly comes in third, despite the fact that he was listed as the starting kicker in the Pro Bowl. And yeah, those are your awards. I would argue we got snubbed from a couple of them. But yeah, let's go ahead and advance the week, and let's see who wins Super Bowl 61 between the Chiefs and the Packers. Okay, let's see. Season recap. And it looks like the Chiefs ended up defeating the Green Bay Packers by a final score of 35-21. Patrick Mahomes gets his third ring. And he ends up winning Super Bowl MVP too. And yeah, we can go ahead and look back at all the Super Bowls since we've been doing this franchise. Cowboys beat the Titans in 2023. We, of course, lost a heartbreaker to the Bengals the following year. We ended up beating the Ravens in overtime the following year. And the Chiefs end up continuing their dynasty, defeating the Packers 35-21. 2026 retirements. Anyone I care about? Is anyone retiring on our team? I don't think so. Nope. Okay, don't care. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to the next week. Okay, we'll take a look at the third mock draft. I believe we're going to pick in the high teens. Yep, we picked 16th, and we're going to take Luke Cole, wide receiver out of USC. Okay, that's definitely a possibility. Receivers definitely, high up on the priority list for us. But first things first, what I want to go to is... I'm going to go to team salaries. So I am going to try and restructure some contracts here. Sam Howell, we just signed to a huge extension. Maybe we shouldn't have, but he's going to be our quarterback for our final year. But I do want to try and restructure some contracts. This is going to be the final year. How much cap space do we have? Did I even need to do that? Okay, it says we have 52.2 million. Okay. Players ready to negotiate. I was going to restructure more contracts. I thought I had a lot less cap space than that. Now, I might still need to. So, starting things off, Jatavius Martin, he's a free agent, and I'm afraid I'm going to let him go. He had his worst season this past season with us, which still wasn't a bad season, but he's playing slot corner. I mean, I just don't think we really need him on the team. Now we have Cliff Greenfield, who had a terrible year last year. Now he's not a free agent, but we can either accept or decline his fifth-year option. It's not really going to matter because this is going to be the last season of Commanders franchise. Daron Payne, I'm sorry to say, he's getting up there in age and he hasn't really been that great. He's been good, but I'm afraid we're going to let him go. Will Levis, yeah, goodbye. Chase Claypool, goodbye. Kadeem Bruce, I think I'm all set. Alex Cruz, goodbye. Chris Rodriguez, thank you for your service, but goodbye. Now, Matt Burse, he's our number 3 tight end, but he wasn't terrible. And if one of them goes down, I wouldn't hate having him on the team. So I'm going to just offer him the 2-year neutral deal and see if he accepts it. I'd like to play for a new team next year. Okay, goodbye. Good luck. He's probably going to sit in free agency. We have Tremaine Milstead, no thank you. Randall Pitts, no thank you. Fedarian Mathis. This is actually... He's not bad depth signing, but I think I'm going to let him go. Troy Anderson's actually been really good for us on special teams. So yeah, I'm going to offer him the 2-year deal. Let's see if he accepts. I'm happy to sign and continue to play for this great organization. Thank you. Now I have to scroll all the way the fuck over. Kalike Hudson. He only wants a 1-year deal. High re-sign interest. Sure. Exactly the offer he was hoping for. Welcome back to the team, Kalike Hudson. James Smith-Williams. I don't hate him as a depth signing, but he is getting up there in age. I'm going to come back to that. Chris Paul, he was actually serviceable in his time filling in. Now, he doesn't have a ton of interest. I'm not married to bringing him back, but I'll at least throw an offer on the table. Okay, and he's back. You know, depth is really important. We dealt with a lot of injuries last year. Nick Gates, yeah, no thank you. Geno Smith, no thank you. Blake Gillikin, you were pretty good for us last year. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the neutral. I would like to play for a new team next year. Okay, that's great. Let's see what Joey Sly says. You know, I'm going to go low risk for him and see if that helps out. This is exactly the offer I was hoping for. So Joey Sly, back with our team. Okay, so we're at 41 million. Now, I think I'm going to let the rest of these guys go. What's the franchise tag going for punters? 3.28 million. You know what, I'm going to sign James Smith-Williams to that 1-year deal. I enjoyed playing for you, but I think I'm going to test out free agency. Okay, good riddance. We will franchise tag Blake Gillikin then. Okay, and I think that's really all I want to re-sign. So, I mean, taking a look at our depth chart, I mean, we're kind of set as far as starters go. Sam Howell's going to be our starting QB. Jonathan Tolliver, obviously, our starting running back. And he's a superstar X Factor now. I did not know that until just now. Obviously, Terry McLaurin's going to be one of our receivers. We do need another one. So that is going to be something we're going to address in either free agency and or the draft. Because, yeah, the receivers really fall off after him. Rayshawn Nash is our starting tight end. Mike Gerard's our starting left tackle. Right now, Levi Jenkins is our starting left guard. Brett Pittman's our starting center. Owen Perkins is our starting right guard. Sam Cosby's our starting right tackle. Chase Young, Montez Sweat. Now, defensive tackle, Jonathan Allen obviously will still be with the team. I'm planning on letting Daron Payne walk, and I'm going to have Tyler Wise hopefully fill in. I haven't been super impressed with him, but we're going to give it a shot. D'Angelo Michaels will be in certain packages. Kenneth Murray is our field general. Leslie Terry will be in a lot of packages, as will Kalike Hudson. Our starting secondary, still going to be Emmanuel Forbes. On the outside with Cliff Greenfield. Jalen Watson, I think we're going to move to the slot with Jatavius Martin leaving. Percy Butler will still be our free safety. Cameron Curl will be our strong safety. Joey Sly still our kicker. Blake Gillikin still our punter. So really, we're not really looking for any new starters. I will say my top needs right now, I think I am looking... I want to add another receiver. That's priority number 1, 2, and 3. And we might look to upgrade left guard. Levi Jenkins, you know, he got hurt last year and he hasn't been that good, and he will also be a free agent after the end of this season. Okay, we got some combine results. But first, let's take a look at free agency. So Tyreek Hill is a free agent. Now he wants to be close to home. I mean, Maryland's not that far from Georgia. He wants to be part of a Super Bowl chase, and we are playoff contenders. He wants a franchise QB. And obviously, we don't have anyone with that tag. And then, of course, the receiver market falls off after him. I'm going to offer him a hell of a deal, though. A 3-year deal. He wants a 3-year, $75.8 million deal. Now, he's still a superstar X Factor. What were his stats like last year? I mean, he had 1,200 yards. Five-year deal. Yeah, we'll go neutral. We'll go 3 years. Three years, 80.1 mil. Okay, so right now we are behind the Bears.
View a player's motivation. You have 3 evaluation periods with each stage.
Trying to get paid, yeah. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this J. I never change. Can put myself back in the minimum wage. Gotta keep on in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime.
If I give him more money. If I bump it up to 84 mil. Okay, we are in... Okay, so we offered him a hell of a deal. Now, what are some other positions we can address? Now, I feel like we need a backup quarterback. Daniel Jones. That's actually not a horrible idea. What's he looking for? I mean, a 2-year deal? Ooh, I'm running low on cap space, though, so yeah, it does look like... I'm going to need to restructure some contracts like I was originally going to. So I restructured Sam Howell's deal. Okay, I opened up some more cap space. What happened to our deal with Tyreek Hill? Or is he just really not that interested? Alright, let's negotiate with Daniel Jones, too. Alright, let's take a look at our depth chart. Outside of those two, I mean, I guess Daniel Jones would be a depth signing, but I mean, we got 4 running backs. I'm fine with that. We have a ton of receivers, fine with that. I mean, I'm looking for a number 3 tight end, not really looking for that in free agency, but something we might look at for the draft. Tackles, so I have 3 left tackles and 3 right tackles. We have 6, we're good. We have 3 left guards and 2 right guards, so we have 5 total. We do only have 1 center, so center could be a position. We only have 3 defensive ends and 2 defensive tackles. Off the ball linebackers, we got 6. We do have 6 corners. We do have 4 safeties. Again, maybe that's something I'll look at in the draft. So right now I'm looking for receiver, but now I'm looking for depth at like center and along the defensive line. See if there's anyone who sticks out to me. I'm not really looking for a starter at any of these positions. Thinking maybe Connor McGovern. Okay, let's go ahead and advance the week. Or actually, let's take a look at combine results first. So I had some favorites highlighted. First at the receiver position. Okay, so this guy ran a 4.37 40-yard dash. I feel like we can look at this later, honestly. Alright, let's go ahead and advance the week. Alright, the 4th mock draft. Who's ahead of us taking? Is it still that receiver? Yep, Luke Cole. We got pro day results. We got free agents to sign. Alright, Tyreek Hill's still out there. Oh, he ended up going to the Texans. Shit. Alright, so Tyreek Hill has gone to the Texans. Daniel Jones has signed with us. Woo! And Connor McGovern has signed with us. Yippee! Alright, so we do need some more depth along the defensive line. Levi Onwuzurike? Yeah, sure. Let's bring him in. What about for defensive ends? Obviously, we're not looking for starters. Jonathan Greenard? Is it Greenard or Grenard? What's Leonard Williams want? 1-year deal? That's kind of a hefty price for a 1-year deal for someone who's going to be a rotational player. What's Sam Williams want? He wants a 2-year deal. So Travis Gibson. 1 year, $5 million. Okay, let's go ahead and advance the week. Alright, let's see if our free agents have signed. Okay, we have signed Daniel Jones, we've signed Travis Gibson, we've signed Levi Onwuzurike, and Connor McGovern. Alright, so these are pretty much all depth signings. We missed the big fish in Tyreek Hill. Is what it is. I don't really think there's much else for us to do. So we're going to go ahead and advance the week. Alright, our 5th mock draft. Let's see, are we still taking a receiver? Yep, we're still taking Luke Cole. Very high possibility that we take him. Now, if we did somehow land Tyreek Hill, I would have been okay with taking a receiver round 1 regardless. If we had, round 1 rookie receiver to go with Terry McLaurin and Tyreek Hill, that would be chef's kiss. Now, I do want to schedule some private workouts, but we do have a trade offer for Leslie Terry. Okay, he's kind of part of my plans going forward, but we do have linebacker depth between him, Kenneth Murray, D'Angelo Michaels, Kalike Hudson. So let's take a look at the offer. Texans are looking to offer us Shaq Mason and a 4th and a 6th this year and a 4th in 2029. I don't really need Shaq Mason, and a 6th for this year is not going to do it for me, so I'm going to have to decline that. Jamal Shepard would be our number 2 running back at best. 3 draft picks is nice, but only one of them's a 7th for this year, and a 7th for next year. Isaiah Wynn, don't need another left tackle. BJ Blackburn's actually kind of intriguing because I wouldn't mind throwing more darts at the dartboard in terms of corners. Cliff Greenfield was trash last year. Jalen Watson is projected to get more snaps this year. But they are also offering a 6th this year and a 7th next year. That's probably the best offer, but I'm still probably going to have to decline it. No thank you from the Seahawks. Todd Camp would probably be a downgrade at left guard. Nope, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. I have a lot of receivers, it's just they're all mid. Although KJ Hamler would probably be easily our number 2 receiver. Giants are looking to do a linebacker swap. A lot of interest here for Leslie Terry, Jesus. There's some intriguing offers here. But ultimately, I want to keep Leslie Terry on this team, I think. So now I want to do some private workouts. So who do I want to schedule private workouts with? So I already scheduled a private workout with Luke Cole. I mean, A, catch in traffic, I love. B, catching's good. B, deep route. C, medium route. B, release. B, short route. A, spectacular catch is pretty cool. Look at his physicals. I mean, 4.37 40, 4.33 at his pro day. Looks like he's a strong guy, 25 reps and 24 reps. That's first among wide receivers. Now the question here is, do I want to scout another receiver as a backup plan? Okay, so we'll still have like Pro Bowl or Pro Days and Combine results. Do I have anyone fully scouted for the left guard position? I do not. I think I'm going to select Quentin Hodges. What about off the ball? Yeah, what about off the ball linebackers? Martin Christmas, love that name. You know what, we will do receiver, I think, for our final round. I think we're going to go George Turner. Alright, let's go ahead and advance the week. Okay. So we should be good to go. So as far as the draft goes, this year we have a first, 16th overall, a second, a third, 2 fourths, 3 sixths, and 2 sevenths. So that's 10 picks total. But yeah, I think we are ready to start the NFL draft. Our last one for this Commanders rebuild. And we're going to just go to our next user pick. Okay. Okay, so I think that receiver who I picked to be scouted is off the board. I do like Luke Cole. I mean, he's a big-bodied receiver, 6'2", 235. I like his attributes. I mean, he does have some Fs and some Ds, but I mean, his Fs are juke moves. Okay, whatever, just catch the ball, dude. And, you know, if we find the open man, he should have room to operate after the catch regardless. I mean, D kick return, I'm not going to put him as a kick returner. We already have one. And D spin move, whoop-de-fucking-do. That doesn't matter to me. He is fast. He's a 4'3" guy. And he's fucking huge, too. Great size, great speed. I don't see why we wouldn't go with him. So we are going to draft Luke Cole, the rookie out of USC. And he has hidden development. Take a look at some of his skills, or his overalls. 92 speed, 92 agility, 88 acceleration. Love that. So we pick someone with a hidden development trait in round 1. All right, let's go to our next user pick. Who do we have at left guard? Good night. Good luck. Have a good night. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it as always. So this is the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one too. I don't have the most recent Madden, of course. This is Madden 24. I am planning on getting this year's Madden release with Saquon on the cover. I'll start a new franchise then. Not sure who I'm going to rebuild yet. But let's see. As far as guys I want to draft, so Quentin Hodges. So taking a look at his attributes, I'm not seeing any D's or F's here, so that's good. Now, of course, some traits are more important than others. Okay, B pass block. B run block. Okay, I mean, this guy looks like he's going to be really good. And even then, his C's are injury. Okay, yeah, it would suck to lose him. Run block power. Okay, he might get overpowered by some of the best players in the game. Well, same could be said for pass block power. But this is a second round guy. I do really like him. I mean, you take a look. 501, so he ranks first. At the Combine, he ranked first. He ran identical 40-yard dashes at 501. He was the best at his position at the Combine, fourth on his pro day. Ranked second and fourth on bench press. I really like this guy. But the thing is if I draft him, I feel like I have to trade away Levi Jenkins, which I'm open to doing. I mean, Stephen Barrow is also a very similar player, but we don't know a ton about him. So, can I go ahead and trade Levi Jenkins right now? Let's go to the trade center here. What's going to happen if we put Levi Jenkins on the trade block? Okay. So the Broncos are offering us running back Greg Sharp. Okay, I am looking for another running back just to add some depth. And then a 5th round pick this year and a 7th rounder in a couple years. That's not a bad offer. I don't need another right guard, so I'm going to throw out the Bucs offer. Cowboys still in the lead. Cowboys would give us another receiver. We have plenty of mid receivers already. Devontae Miller. That's actually... I know that's with our division rival Giants, but that's actually an intriguing offer. He is only a 79 overall, but he's torched us in the past. That's actually a really intriguing offer. Let's see what else is out there. I think I have to take the Giants offer now first. Jets would offer us a center, not interested in a center. Rams offering us a running back and a couple picks. They're probably on par with the Broncos offer. Steelers offering us a running back. Texans are offering us Tank Dell. Now, Tank Dell would work in the slot, but I think I like Devontae Miller better, and he's torched us in the past. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take the division rival Giants offer. A 1-for-1 swap, Levi Jenkins for Devontae Miller. Devontae Miller likely going to slot in as our number 3 wide receiver, so we don't have to worry about receiver coming up in the draft, or, you know, figure out which one of our mediocre receivers will be a starter. Our receivers should be set. Now, we have created a hole at left guard, But thankfully, we are going to draft a left guard with our second round selection. So for our second round pick, we are going to take Quentin Hodges, the left guard, out of Penn State. And he also has a hidden development trait. Love to see that. All right, let's go ahead and jump to our next pick. So what do I want to get now? So let's take a look. I want to take a look at safeties first. Okay, I got a day 3 guy and a potential undrafted free agent here. What are some other positions I want to look at? I want to look at like off the ball linebacker. I mean, these guys are all day 3 or potential undrafted free agents. We have Martin Christmas. A potential undrafted free agent. Okay. What do I have for defensive tackles? Those are all day 3 guys. And for corners, I have Harold Pierce here. I mean, he's a 4.53 guy, so he's not that fast. Not that strong either. Yeah, a lot of potential red flags here. C-man coverage is okay. We don't know his zone coverage. What's Martin Christmas looking like? So D pursuit's a little sad. A awareness is good. B zone coverage, B tackle. I mean, he is a 3rd round pick. You know what? We're going to take him. He's got a great name, too. Martin Christmas. Merry Christmas. Welcome to the Commanders. All right, we'll advance to our next user pick. Okay. Let's see who I got here. Okay, we got Emmanuel Porter. I mean, C man coverage, zone coverage being anywhere from a B to a D. C play rec. 4.54 at the combine, 4.47 at his pro day. Okay, I mean, he's okay, but I'm not really in love with him. I don't really know why I have him, honestly, on my draft board. What else do we have? We have Larry Sapp. C power moves and D finesse moves. Don't love that. Yeah, not really in love with that either. What about this guy? Stephen Levy or Levi? His finesse moves is a C and his power moves are anywhere from a B to a D. Now, if that ends up being a B or a C, I'd like that, but do I like him enough to take him with a 4th round pick? Yeah, don't really love any of these quarterbacks. Okay, this guy's a 4-4 guy. You know what? We're going to take Devin Purnell. Okay, fine. Alright, we do have another 4th round pick coming up here. So Harold Pierce was a projected 2nd to 3rd round pick, and here he is at the end of the 4th, so that's probably not a good thing. Emmanuel Porter. I mean, that's not the worst pick in the world. What we got free safety in general? Okay, Emmanuel Porter is still the top guy. What's this guy look like? It's not that fast. D-man coverage, yeah, nope. Nope. This guy has D-zone coverage. Okay, I think we're going to take Emmanuel Porter. And he has hidden development. Okay, we got a hidden development guy. Late in the 4th round. Love to see that. Okay, so our next pick is going to be in the 6th round. Okay. So I have a lot of linebackers who are projected undrafted free agents. Alright, Stephen Levi might be a decent pick. I mean, this is a 6th round pick. I'm looking for as few Ds as possible, is pretty much what it comes down to. I mean, for defensive tackles, I usually do power moves. So I can live with C power moves. And D finesse moves, I guess. Plus, I think this guy's the son of Warren Sapp, so... I mean, Stephen Levi is a little stronger. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ranks 1st and 3rd, respectively. As far as bench press goes. I don't think I'm looking for another linebacker. Okay, I'm going to go with Stephen Levi. Okay, that's fine. All right, we're down to our last few picks here. Okay. Okay, so I'm not really looking. I've addressed safety already. So I think all my positions I was looking to address I have. So I think at this point, I kind of want to take best player available or maybe take a shot at a QB. Now all these QBs are listed as potential undrafted free agents. I mean, so this guy's got B medium accuracy and B short accuracy. Nate Main. Okay, this guy's got C short accuracy, B to D medium accuracy. I mean, this guy's a scrambler, so that's kind of cool. I feel like a 4.6 is not that fast. I know he's a QB, but... Do I take him because it looks like he might be fun? I think we do. Actually... Nate Lambert. Okay, hold up. This guy's got B to C deep accuracy. Sure, he can't throw deep, but he's got good A to B short accuracy. He runs a 4.53. Yep, we're taking this guy. He's probably not going to ever play, but whatever. Sometimes you got to take a gamble on a quarterback, because what if he turns out to be the next Tom Brady? Okay, I think we have 2 7th-round picks, and I think we are done. Oh, we have a 6th-round pick. I think we have 2 7ths, too. We'll make our selection. Seen a bunch of receivers fall. So last year we had James Cotton, who was projected to go in the 1st round. He fell all the way to the 6th, and we took him. And look, he's not a good receiver, but he's ridiculously fast. So we could do something like that again. I debated taking a corner, but I've kind of decided against it. I mean, this guy's not bad. B to D man coverage and B zone coverage, that seems like a no-brainer. Welcome to the team. Okay. I think we have 2 more picks. Alright, honestly, at this point, we might just trade away this pick and see what we can get. Anyone want my 7th-round pick? Alright, we get pick 218, pick 213, pick 202, 2 7ths, pick 204, pick 220, pick 214, pick 206. Looks like the Bills offer is the best. Alright, yeah, sure, we'll trade this pick to the Bills. I mean, this receiver is fast. Or do I want to get another safety? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna grab the safety. Strong safety in the game. Or at least in college. Yeah, we'll draft this guy, Isaiah Barkley, and he has a hidden development trait. So our last pick in the 7th round has a hidden development trait. I think we have 4 of those this draft. All right, let's go ahead, skip ahead in the draft. And we are done. That's our final draft. Still have trade offers for Leslie Terry, but we're not going to listen to them. So we have selected Luke Cole. He's a 75 overall. Okay. Quentin Hodges, another 75 overall. So those 2 guys are likely going to be starters. Martin Christmas, we'll see. He might sneak in there. Devin Purnell, it's a 66 overall. Emmanuel Porter's a 64. Yeah, these guys are all going to be 60s. Stephen Levi. Josh Whitley's a 61. Yeah, so we did get 2 starters, I think, in the first 2 rounds. Probably a guy who can fill in the 3rd round, and the rest of the guys are going to be, you know, long shots or rotational guys. Okay, so let's take a look at our depth chart real quick. So Sam Howell's going to be our starting QB. Daniel Jones is going to be our backup. Brian Mays is listed as our 3rd string right now, and we also have Josh Whiteley, the rookie out of Eastern Washington. Jonathan Tolliver's our lead back. Roshan Johnson, Nathan Hall will fill in, and then you have the rest. Ethan Carter's still our fullback. And our receiver, we got Terry McLaurin. Devontae Miller is going to be our number 2 receiver. And Luke Cole will be our number 3 receiver. Now I'll have to figure out, so Devontae Miller is 6'3", 200. Do I want to put Terry McLaurin in the slot? That'll probably take some thinking. You know what we didn't get? We did not get a number 3 tight end. Or wait a minute. Got Quentin Hodges. It's going to be our starting left guard. Owen Perkins still at right guard. Sam Cosme still at right tackle. All right, Jalen Watson's our slot corner. Okay, I think we had everything lined up. The only thing I'm going to have to think about is whether or not I want Terry McLaurin as our slot receiver going forward. Not that Terry McLaurin can't win on the outside, but maybe I can maximize him in the slot, and we do have two big-bodied receivers. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. Sorry I hadn't been streaming a lot. Now, as far as the preseason goes, I'm probably going to play the preseason off-stream. Gives me something to do, too, without having the pressure to stream. But yeah, I'm going to try to stream again soon. I want to get Commanders franchise done so I can get the new Madden roughly around the time it releases, and I can pick a new team to rebuild. So I do still have White Sox franchise. I haven't forgotten about it, but it is on the back burner for the time being, and really streaming in general has been on the back burner for me because, life's gotten in the way. I've been very busy lately, but anyways, thanks for tuning in, and until next time.